Aloha, High Vibe Tribe. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome all Starseeds, Lightworkers, Empaths, 144,000. Hopefully this is recording. There we go. All right, now we can start the show. So I have lots to share. This may end up working into a part 2 video. I don't want this to be too long. I'm recording this for you. And then if all goes well, what is the date today? Today is the 29th of July. So if all goes well, I may upload it tonight or if not tomorrow afternoon. So the reason I'm kind of doing things this way, I'll kind of get into a little bit later in the show. I hope to be back live on YouTube and Facebook in the near future, but there's some other things that are impacting myself and lots of YouTubers at the moment. Okay. So anyway, welcome back everyone, and welcome to the new tribe members. I really, really appreciate you. And just a little overview for those of you who are new. I've been on this journey a long time. I started creating videos on YouTube in 2016, specifically to help twin flames and divine unions, because that was the key point of my journey at that time. But I really started way back in the 90s, knowing that I was a starseed, started to connect with the archangels, my higher self. It's been quite an adventure, but I know many of you have just woken up, recently in the last couple of years, or even 6 months or a few months. So you're more than welcome here. So welcome to the High Vibe Tribe. So I try to keep and look at everything from a higher perspective to keep our vibration high. The reason being is that we're going to have ups and downs in our regular life anyway, but when we come here as a family, we want to raise each other up. And I always set the intention that the highest frequencies come in, the highest messages, as I set the intention to connect with source, universal energy, and whatever messages need to come in for us today. And also, we're moving into the Lion's Gate. And that's the title of this video today, is the Lion's Gate 8/8 energy update for this now moment. Just sharing some experiences that I have. I have pulled some cards. I've got some cards to show you and talk about the energies. And then I'm going to pull some Guardian of the Light cards. So if you hear any noise, it's a fan. It's very hot here. We have a really big heat wave here. I'm on the west coast of North America. And so I pulled some cards ahead of time. Some of the cards I pulled for the reading on Telegram yesterday, based on the new moon in Leo energies, Jupiter going retrograde, and just any general messages that we needed. And I'm going to pull some other cards. So I'm just going to do a little housekeeping first. If this is uploaded before Saturday the 30th, there's a group Quantum Akashic session for all of us. And I've got 2 spots open if you want to come for the live, where we will be working with the violet flame, doing some grid work, but we're also going to be preparing personally for the Lion's Gate. So there'll be a meditation, a reading, time for questions and answers, bringing in messages from the Star Councils of Light, preparing us for the Lion's Gate. Okay. And then there will be a 3rd class on the Lion's Gate. So if you're interested, if you do see this ahead of time, email me. You also can book into it afterwards and watch the recording as well. Okay. So that will be Saturday, 12:30 p.m. PST. There's also lots of other specials right now. I'm going to talk a little bit about the jseals removal session again in this session, but that is still on special on the intro offer, distance or video call. There's also, of course, Starseed Blu-ray mission sessions. When you book a session, you just email me if you have any questions about my website, because I move things around all the time. But oftentimes you'll have multiple topics to talk about. So if you do, I would suggest booking like a longer session than 16 minutes, so we have more time together. So most of my sessions now include either a chakra balance and or a chakra and Akashic quantum healing session, because the more we can align your personal energy for what you're wishing to manifest or move into as a timeline, it's more beneficial for you to have that energy healing and clearing. So the Akashic Record sessions include me taking you on a meditation to your copy of the Akashic Records, and we set intentions beforehand, and some clearing is done by your higher self and your team of light. Okay. All right. The most awesome thing that's on my website right now is the Blu-ray Akashic Quantum Healing Sessions. They include a 22nd dimensional chakra balance and messages from the higher realms for your mission, plus the Blu-ray flame to align you with your mission. And the flame of for this month is, and moving into August, is Royal Sapphire Blue and Gold, bringing clarity, inner peace, and balance. And also, of course, helping with the throat chakra. And if you're really keen on your mission, there's a Blu-ray quantum package as well, which includes 3 sessions that you work with me. What else? There's distance healing sessions, and there's sessions for your pets with pet communication and all of that. So if you have any questions, please email me. But there's still a little bit of availability in and around the Lionsgate. So just email me. I have been updating the schedule pretty well daily on my website. It's at the top of my website as well. All right, beautiful. Okay, so I am a 12 to 22nd dimensional quantum Akashic reader and healer. My starseed origins include the Pleiades, the SIRIUS system, LYRAN system, and Andromedan system. I'm part of the Emerald Order, one of the cosmic guardians of our galaxy. And that's something that I've been working towards for years. So I was just brought back into the Emerald Order via the Andromedan Council of Light with, I guess, January this year. And there is an option as well to work with me if you would like to be reinitiated into the Emerald Order as well. There's also a package on my website as well. I will be bringing in new information around the Emerald Order after the Lionsgate, but right now is the focus for all starseeds. So if you're new and you're wondering what a Blu-ray is, please check out the playlist on my YouTube channel, because I have lots of videos. I've been sharing lots about Blu-rays the last few months, actually since 2017, but there's been a lot of information the last 2 months. So just a brief overview. All of us as starseeds came in with the Blu-ray lineage, connected to the Archangel Michael lineage, the LYRAN lineage, and then, of course, source, universal energy, higher intelligence, whatever, God, goddess, whatever you would like to call it. We're very big on labels down here on Earth, but it's a higher intelligence. It's the force that manages everything. Okay. So, Blu-rays, we came in with a blue frequency to help us stay connected to that intelligence, no matter what was going on down here, because we came in on a very important assignment. And we're getting to the really good part now, where all of us as starseeds are being called up to awaken, to get on mission, to have tools to clear and seal energy, etc. Okay. And the reason being is because there's a lot of dark versus light events that will be happening on the planet in the coming weeks, months, and years. Okay. So let me just see. Oh, one of the things we're going to be doing in class tomorrow that we started in the 7-7 portal, and I also give you these tools when you come work with me. We're going to be working with the violet flame tomorrow, and I'm going to share why. And we're going to be doing some crystalline ley line clearing and activating, which is super, super cool. We'll be doing more of that after the Lionsgate as well. And let me just say, I want to make sure that I got everything. Okay. So that's my housekeeping. So let's talk about some of the messages that they asked me to bring in. So I just was shown which cards to show you all, because I'm channeling in the information now. So this is the 12th chakra. So I work with up to the 22nd chakra system in the 22nd dimension, but for most part and parcel, the 12th chakra system is the most important part of our journey at this time. So we are receiving diamond light codes, rainbow light codes, platinum light codes, plasma light body activations. This is bringing our new quantum field online. It's reorganizing everything, and everything within is shone without. So everything that we change within brings us a new timeline and a new reality. But the codes are intense. Yes. And they wanted me to talk about ascension symptoms. That's also part of the title. Okay. So I'm going to just share some symptoms that I know about. And then in the comments below, let everybody know where you are, if you feel comfortable letting everybody know where you are, and then also, share how things are going as well. Okay. So the ascension symptoms at the moment are very much connected to the root chakra, the spine, the bones, the teeth, the muscles, the cranium. the neck, sort of anything, any of our physical structure, anywhere there's density that is trying to be pushed out so our system becomes more crystalline, is in that process right now. So I did experience, like a week ago, I was experiencing headaches and lower back pain in my leg, my knee, my foot, and some of my teeth. That's all moved through now, but some of you might be going through that now. All right. You also might be going through periods where you're feeling dizzy, spacey, really fatigued. Please rest. If you get that way while you're driving, please pull over and rest. Make sure you've always got some fluid with you, some tea, some water. If you're feeling very tired, make sure you sit down, because literally the light coming in is like this wave. It's like this wave of light coming in, and literally we can expand and leave our body like we do when we sleep. And that's when accidents happen. There's a lot of kind of accident energy at this time. So staying present and grounded is super important. All right. It's just some of the things that's happening. With the solar codes coming in, the light encodement, the recoding of our chakras, our meridians, and our quantum field, we may have periods where we can't sleep. We may have periods where all we want to do is sleep, and everyone's going to be at a different stage. Right now, I'm in the middle of one of the vortexes on a very powerful A line. So right now it's so hot, and it's very hot, like, through many parts of North America and Europe, etc. It's very hard to sleep, but that's okay, because I know that it will even out at some point. All right. So where you are, you might be very sleepy. If you're in the Southern Hemisphere and you're in winter, you might be very sleepy, and that's sort of how the differences are. All right. What do we use the violet flame for? I will be talking more about this. So I was introduced to the violet flame in the 80s, and I've used it off and on, but it became a very important tool. Archangel Michael brought this information to me a couple of years ago, and I've been using it daily. I set up my day with it. I transform everything that is not of love with the violet flame. And I'm also found out in the last 6 months or so, I'm keepers of the flame. I worked with many different flames. They give me different flames to work with you through sessions, and also through classes as well. Okay. So the violet flame transmutes anything that is not of love into unconditional love. It transmutes karma. It releases cords and all sorts of things. It has an intelligence. Light. It is light. Light carries codes. So the light codes coming in is bringing us information. It's bringing us information from source, from our higher self, from our guides. It's bringing us updates. It's bringing information into our body and our chakra field, letting us know what we need to move forward. So it brings us information, and then as we integrate, so as an example, of the last week, I've moved into smoothies. I'm eating fruits and just drinking more fluids, and doing things differently. That's sort of how we shift, right? We're also experiencing through this landscape very profound downloads. So about a week ago, I was guided every single day to connect in with my team of light, with my council of light. And it's becoming very profound. I've been writing notes down, because I'll be bringing some of that information to you all probably in a course or something. But I've been given a piece of the puzzle, my keys, every single day. And the visuals are amazing. Yeah, so I got very emotional about something that they brought me this week. So the violet flame, we're going to use it in class tomorrow, and I use it in sessions again to transform anything that is not of love, and also give everyone practice how to use it in your daily life. Okay. The new update is that the new crystalline grids that we've all been, many of us have, not everybody, but many of us have been gatekeepers and grid keepers, and we've been working on either clearing the current grid and or overlaying the new grid. So we're at a point now where we literally can start activating the new crystalline grid ley lines, which is so amazing. Okay, so that's a piece of news that they wanted me to share about. Time travel. Okay, I think I'll get to that in a little bit. I want to go through more of the cards. Yeah, they gave me another piece about time travel. Okay. I will talk about just a little bit about the AI and clones. So part of the problem on social media at the moment is either interference or copying of accounts, taking information, and that is being driven by the AI agenda. It's a formula. So as an example, if I put up too far ahead that I'm going to do a live, there's interference. But this is what I found out this last week. But if I record something and then just put it up last minute, I'm able to interact with you all. Okay. So there's lots of different accounts that are being copied. There's lots of different things happening. Even the beings that are soliciting for readings, etc. I believe that's part of an AI program as well. So we're to become diligent starseeds and really work with our abilities and trust the feelings that we're getting about things. Okay. I shared months ago how our third eye was going to be opening so much that we literally were going to start to see the truth everywhere. There's also a lot of infiltration in many of the camps at the moment, and where there's mistrust and suspicion and people are pointing fingers at each other. And the thing is that all of the platforms, all of the camps have been infiltrated. So again, we have to listen to our heart. We have to listen to someone's voice and frequency and see whether that's heart-based or whether it's something else. And we have to make choices around that, okay? And everyone of course, has a different role. All right. And I'm going to talk about Blu-ray missions a little bit too. Okay, so they showed specific cards. Let me show this one, these two first. So we're going through a massive Akashic record healing and clearing. This is connected to past lives, ancestral healing and clearing, timelines. They've been giving me timelines. Even this morning, I got a timeline like I was clearing out from 2017, 18, and 19. That's information, data carried in my personal Akashic records. So all of us are working on this at this time. Every day you may have something like a blip coming into your reality that you're trying to heal, you're trying to clear. Maybe you're just trying to do something and it's taking like days to get through it. That's like what I call an initiation. We're to go with the flow right now, okay? Planetary cycles. So we have at least 4 planets in retrograde. We may have 5 now because Jupiter just went retrograde. So all of those planetary cycles, the retrogrades impact our reality and they impact our chakra system. So it's like a stop-start. So some of us might feel it. So that new moon in Leo yesterday, yes, had really good energy, but it also sent another ripple around the planet to destabilize us as well. So it's used positively, but it's also it's still being manipulated a little bit. Okay, so we have to really feel into the energy on a daily basis and figure out what we need to do for ourselves to stay realigned. Okay, so the planetary cycles are impacting us. The Jupiter retrograde, Jupiter is one of the biggest planets, you know, in our solar system. So when it moves, we feel it. And it went retrograde into Aries, 8 degrees, which is the infinity symbol, catches the 8-8, right? And it's in Leo. Well, it's in Aries actually, but we're in the Leo energy right now, and it's retrograde in Aries, and it's helping us reevaluate our belief systems around abundance, what we would like to do that would bring us joy, how to bring balance back into our life. We're clearing timelines. When any planet goes into retrograde, we're clearing some sort of timeline connected to that energy. Okay. My throat chakra is healing and activating again. The pyramids, this is the Orion system constellation aligned over the pyramids and the SIRIUS star system. This is the alignment that we're working towards on the Lion's Gate. So again, this image I've been showing now for years, but this image might really on a soul level activate some of you to the memory of how important this portal is. Okay. All right. They wanted me to show you the Sphinx, and Archangel Michael came in with patience as well. So, okay. So during a large gateway, see how the light is coming into the pyramid. These pillars of light are all over the planet. They don't just come into the pyramids at Giza. They come into all the pyramids on the planet, the mountains, trees. There's various different vortexes and portals, okay? But this is like a really great image of when the light's coming in and it's impacting all of us and every being, all right? But the Sphinx, yeah. So I did a little TikTok. Check me out on TikTok if you're on there. I've just reopened my account and doing little videos there. It's a lot of fun to do that. It's easy for me as well. So the Sphinx, wow. I could do a whole show just on my experience at the Sphinx. I've been very, very lucky and grateful that I was able to spend a month in the 90s meditating at the pyramids, and I had a meditation at the Sphinx. So I didn't realize then that I was being activated as a starseed in a Blu-ray, that I was going to still be unpacking information from that time for now, that I had such a massive download. I basically had this. I had this, like I had the big flash of light, and I had everything downloaded. And for me, that completely changed everything. It changed my DNA, my molecular structure. It was another version of my higher self that came in. And I believe that it was in another way, looking at like a walk-in. It was like I agreed to go there. And when I went there, there was going to be this massive download. So what I didn't know was my connection to the Sphinx. So on that trip, I met someone who arranged for me to have a meditation at the Sphinx. And that's where I had the download. Then, of course, I'd always wanted, as a child, I did reports. I'd always wanted to go to the Sphinx. So this week, when I connected with the guides one day, I'm going to hold it up again. When I connected to the guides one day, they said, okay, we need you to go and connect in with the Sphinx. One of the reasons was when I received this download at the time, I wasn't shielding and protecting my energy. So there were still some links to some other timelines, and some of them were negative timelines. So they wanted me to do some clearing around that. But the other messages that I got, which I'll share more later, was just how important the Sphinx was, that I had lived in the reality of when the structure was placed there. I had a very deep connection to it, and it communicates with me. I didn't know. So I literally got a communication from the Sphinx this past week. So I got very emotional because I didn't know. It was like meeting a long lost friend, basically. Okay. So a lot of the structures, including trees, we get so much information from them, rocks, crystals, right? We get so much information from them. So the Sphinx and the pyramids have a lot of information. Okay. So that's what and the card literally says wisdom. So that's what I wanted to share with you. And that kind of moves into the time travel. So I know that I'll be working with groups moving forward. So what they showed me today, what I did was a type of remote viewing. Because now, and this has just been since the jseals have been removed. Since I worked with my higher self and the team, the jseals removal team, my visualization has been easier. I'm still going through initiations. I'm still going through, leveling up like you all are. But it's like as soon as I close my eyes, I visualize I'm there. And that's sort of how when I went to the Sphinx, I was there. Was it the Sphinx that has all the busyness with all the people around it? No. It was like another timeline, another reality where it was just peaceful. And it was just, and there was no, fencing or anything around it. I was just able to go spend some time there. So that's really, really cool to me. That's just showing me how quickly we're all evolving as well. Okay. So that's what they wanted me to talk to you about, that we are always time traveling. When we go to sleep, and it's really important to set intentions before we go to sleep. If we remember, it might be good to write something down and then leave it by your bed and then just read it before you fall asleep. But to set intentions about where you would like to go and what you would like to experience when you sleep. Do you want to meet with your team of light and your higher self and get messages? Do you want to visit a family member that's passed away? Do you want to heal, have a healing? That sort of thing. Okay, so there's all different ways. Do you want to go to school? Do you want to go back to the Pleiades or the SIRIUS system and go to school and learn more about light language and that sort of thing? Okay, all right. So that's partly what they wanted me to share about. And of course, I'll get more into the AI and clones as time goes on. Okay, main chakras. All of our chakras are getting a recalibration. When we go through such a massive recoding, all chakras are getting a recalibration. So basically from the 26th until the 8th, pretty well every chakra is being worked on. New chakras are opening up, meridians are opening up. Our Merkaba is getting recoded, like everything is getting an upgrade, okay? So the root chakra is connected to everything. It's connected to our stability, our foundation. And that's really, really important, because as starseeds, as Blu-rays, we can easily zip out of our body and we can kind of get into our heart and then zip out, like because in the Akashic records are lifetimes where things haven't gone well. So someone asked me when they booked a session, trepidation about knowing about some things from the past. Well, I want to share with you all, we all have a good life here on this planet compared to our ancestors. And there are other lifetimes on our planet when we were pushed off. So yeah, but I don't get into the details in that regard. I just find out the information and we heal and we clear it, because once we clear and heal the lifetimes when that's happened, it's like we unload from the backpack, right? So clearing and healing the Akashic records is clearing out your lifetime past lives energetic backpack. And that the Akashic records carries past lives, ancestral, things that happened in your childhood, things that happened last year, things that happened 3 years ago. And sometimes there's future information in there as well. There's information from Atlantis, Lemuria, Avalon. There's information from the galactic star battles, all sorts of things, right? So just depends where you are in your journey, how deep we go. All right. Okay. So 2 cards that I pulled yesterday. One is Inner Earth, and it's to do with the base chakra, the root chakra. It's about strength and security and laying foundations. So whatever is coming up in our reality, we're to try and meditate and connect in with source universal energy and our higher self as we prepare for the Lion's Gate, and just receive information and receive the downloads. Okay. The other card that came in is the Soul Star activation, and that is connected to the Akashic records. Soul Star is the first chakra above our head that activates these other realities and memories of these other realities. Okay. So many of us are going through a soul star activation, and there's that Merkaba. Okay. We're fulfilling soul contracts and we're remembering who we are. I love that. That's amazing. Okay. Where to next? You want me to talk about the jseals now or the cards? Jseals. Okay. So let me just go. It's just going to be briefly. I'm probably going to do a more detailed. Jseals stand for Jehovian seals. Let me just go here first. jseals stand for Jehovian seals. There are at least, I could say there's 12 or 13 seals that we have contracts with that are connected to the, I just heard Merkaba, connected to the Merkaba, connected to past lives, ancestral. Many souls have been helping other individuals release these, at least since 2012, maybe earlier than that. I found out about them in 2020, and I was diligently working with my higher self and my team to remove them. It's something that if you haven't done a lot of work, I would suggest an Akashic healing session with myself or someone else first, to ensure that some timelines and everything are healed and cleared first. Okay. Other than that, because this is like an intermediate sort of advanced session, but this session will help you level up and move into more of your abilities. And while, yeah, they're basically unnatural energetic seals inhibiting consciousness expansion. And what they just wanted me to remind everyone. Oh, by the way, the themes the last couple of weeks have been jseal 2 and 3 and 6. And Tower of Babel and Crown of Thorns. Okay. So what they wanted me just to share today and remind everyone is as long as these seals are in place, connecting us to the old matrix grid, it's impacting our third eye and crown chakras and our throat chakra, but more importantly, our heart chakra. It's blocking our ability to connect with our higher self and source universal energy in a very clear and concise way. Okay. Yeah, so that's one of the main reasons they wanted me to just show that. And they're also connected to all the chakras of the planet, as within, so without. So everything we heal within. So right now, that's what they were sharing with me today. So the crystalline grid work that we do out there is also representative of what's inside our system and our bodies. So we're also getting a new crystalline structure within through the Lion's Gate, because a new crystalline structure is going to be in place in and around the planet, after the 8-8 portal. Okay. So just right now, Giza, everything I just showed you, the pyramids, is the throat chakra. So for my journey, that was a very important portal for me to go to, but I didn't know at the time. I was just listening to my intuition to go there. I've also been to Uluru, so I've had that balancing of the throat and the solar plexus. I actually went to Uluru first. Did I? Yeah, I did. And then, of course, I live on the ley line close to the Mount Shasta one. I've been to the Glastonbury one as well. That was before Egypt. Was it? No, it's after. So yeah, so there's various things that I've done on my journey to prepare for all of you. But I just wanted to let you all know that we feel when some of these massive chakras open and heal and activate, and and they're just showing the dragon lines, but there's other ley lines. We feel that if we're living near it, but also it's giving, you know, what we feel is we feel information, we feel the light, we feel the energy moving. Okay. I think that was all the, what's the next slide? Oh, that's just talking about the jseals. Okay, so that's all I wanted to show right now. Okay, so yeah, I'm just hearing that someone asking that question about how do I know if I'm a Blu-ray? If you're a starseed, you have the Blu-ray frequency within you. There's specific groups of us that came in knowing, oh, Blu-ray, that's an activation code. I know that that's who I am. It's okay if you're not sure about that yet, but the blue frequency is one of our internal color rays that we brought back to the planet and to kind of keep us connected to the source. Okay, so I'm just going to pull a couple of the Guardian Light cards and then I'll get into the other reading. Star Gathering. Beautiful. So what is it? What does it say? Stars are aligning, remembering home and soul family. So lots of galactivations through the Lionsgate. What's the next? Whoa. I'm going to just do a shuffle. That was like a big stack that fell out. Oh, yeah. So some of you are going to be having like headaches and teeth aches at this time. So that's normal. And that's really what this came forward. Just to know your crystal skull wisdom, clarity, divine healing, and high vibrational energy. So some of the codes coming in are such high frequency that we can't hear them, but our teeth and our head feel them. So our skull is becoming a crystal skull. So that's some things that might be coming on for you guys. So I'm glad that came forward because that's what I wrote down. And what's the third card? The Divine Matrix. So what they reminded me of through a session this past week was that we're moving from the old matrix to the divine matrix. That's what the crystalline grid that I talk about is. So it's interconnectedness and synchronicity. And that's when we see all those wonderful numbers and we're in the flow. Okay. All right. That's all of our messages from that deck. I just want to make sure I got everything here. Yes. Okay. So I'm just going to go through the reading that came in yesterday. Super amazing. And you can go back and listen to it on Telegram as well. Yeah, please. Thank you for liking, subscribing, and sharing this video if it resonates with you, because it does actually share out to more people. And also, I'm able to sort of share a little bit more on Telegram. So oftentimes I'll leave voicemails there. And yeah, so that would be great. If you want to follow me on TikTok too, that'd be great. Okay, so one of the main messages that came in was super interesting. We got the Emperor and the Empress. So the Emperor came in first. So a lot of divine masculine energy is activating within all of us. And this is the Leo energy. This is to help us step into our power, have clarity, feel strength, know that we came here on mission, know that we've got things that we'd like to do. Then we got the 10 of Pentacles, which is about endings and new beginnings and celebration and family and soul tribe and abundance. So lots of beautiful beautiful realities are coming forth for all of us. Okay. All right. Next card that came in is Justice. So for some of you, and this is about balancing, and I noticed a few things yesterday with this card. So for some of you, you might be going through some things, maybe some legal things, or there will be justice. And we also all came in as a tribe to ensure that justice is served in the world. So what I like about this card as well, it's connected to the Libra energy, which is balancing energy, but the sword kept showing up in all of the cards. So we've got the Sword of Light, which is like Excalibur, which we can always call on Archangel Michael and his Sword of Light to dissolve cords to any timelines and realities. And then we've got the Scales of Justice. The message that also kept coming in is that we're royalty. We're receiving royalty codes. We're remembering not the royalty that's represented here on the planet, but we were remembering that we have been royal and that we are royal beings. Okay. We received 8 of Cups. This is about spending time outside, whether in the morning or evening, you know, when it's not so hot, not so cool. If you like to be under the stars and you can spend some time under the stars, even in your backyard, that would be really good too. And it's also just about moving our body and moving the energy in whatever way works best for us. Oh, this is interesting. This card I didn't even pull this card. It just popped up in the pile. 10 of Swords. So this is representation of what's going on in all the communities right now. So this is what I'm sharing about is we're to notice what's going on, but withdraw. So as an example, I've withdrawn from, like I've unsubscribed from some channels and groups in Telegram, etc., because I find it's the same story over and over again, but now it's getting vicious. Now some of the truthers are attacking other truthers. Some of the galactics are attacking other galactics. When in actual fact, if we're all in our lane and we're in our heart and we're doing our work, we don't need to be doing that, unless that other individual, of course, is harming people, like physically harming people. Okay, but there's a lot of backstabbing going on right now. So we're just, that card came in just for us to be aware of that. Okay, but then like there's swords everywhere. We got the Ace of Swords, which is awesome, and there's the Crown. So we're literally to call on Excalibur or call on our Sword of Light for new beginnings to help clear with energy. Okay, and we're warriors. We're Jedi warriors. We're here to ensure that we're clear, that we're sealing our energy and our protecting our home, and that we are moving in and out of situations and trying to stay at a higher vibration and timeline. What was the message that came in this week from the Pleiadians? The higher we are, the less interference we'll have. Okay. All right. Overall message, the Empress. See, we got the Emperor and the Empress. So there she is. She's sitting on a throne. She's calm. She's peaceful. She's receiving. She's listening. This is us in meditation, and also remembering that we're royalty. So we've got, at the moment, we've got an influx of divine masculine energy to help balance that divine feminine and masculine within. And for some of you, you're going to resonate with either the Emperor or the Empress. Okay. We got the Chariot card, which is awesome. So this is the 7th month. This is still connected to number 7. I keep seeing 777. This is about moving forward and being balanced and fast movement. So we're manifesting quickly. If things aren't coming quickly, the universe is sorting that out divinely. Okay. All right. Pull some other cards for us. Yeah. Okay. It was in this order. Okay. First one is number 7, stand your ground. Again, standing in our power, knowing that there's no point in over engaging with people and trying to fix them or awaken them, but also we're to self-worth and valuing ourselves and our time right now, super important. So if someone's not hearing you clearly or there's friction, withdraw, and just to help you stay in your power. Okay. That being said, the choices that we make to do that, there might be some emotional withdrawal from certain individuals. That's okay. That means they're on their timeline, we're on our timeline, and we always set the intention to allow souls to come back into our reality. Okay. We allow that flow in and out as well, but we're to set boundaries and stand our ground as well. So there may be some people that withdraw from us during this time period, and that's okay. That's to give us time to connect with our higher self and our guides and this alignment. All right. Prosperity begins. Yeah. So new beginnings, new manifestations, new prosperity for your soul mission, for what you wish to bring forward. But there are new beginnings. So again, what came in was like, if there's a lot of rhetoric in the communities about this shift over, and there's any fear or stress around that, call your energy back, clear the energy with the violet flame and the sword, and then just know prosperity begins. Prosperity is coming from Source Universal Energy. We also got passion ignited, so it's connected. It's connected to your mission. It's connected to your to Source, but it's also connected to what do you want to do? What would you like to do if the universe could give you anything and support you financially? Okay. I'm so grateful for all of you. I believe that that's all I wanted to talk about today. Thank you again for liking, subscribing, and sharing. If you would like to contact me and work with me on your soul mission or anything else, balancing those chakras and clearing our quantum field really helps with ascension symptoms as well. Please reach out. Check out the specials in the description box below. I will be back soon. Mahalo nui loa. Welcome, everyone, and have a beautiful morning, evening, night, wherever you are. Take care. Thank you so much. Bye.